channel, I'm going to be talking about the good deeds I used to do when I worked in that other. If you haven't checked my I got fired and escorted out video, you should go check it out because this is like kind of a story from it. So to put you in context, just in case you don't want to go see it, I'm kidding, just press pause, go see it. So I used to work in a factory, and in the factory there was a company of like cafeterias where I used to make coffees and take care of, you know, the sandwiches, the cookies, the coffee machine, the fridges, the cash. I would take care of the employees in the factories, make sure that they had coffee all the time, fresh and good, never empty, all the kinds. The fridge was full and that everything was placed and freshness and all that stuff. When I worked there, every Friday, because there was some times where I would close the store and I would have to lock up the gates and like close the things to make the air of the fridge stay there and the lights and all that stuff. And then sometimes I would open it really early, which was like what, I'd have to be there at 7. I don't remember, it was really early. It was really early. I had to wake up at like 6 or 5:30. I'm like, whoa, 7 is not early, but when you think of the time I had to get there and like get ready and all that stuff, yeah, I would wake up and be like, I'm going, like screw like showers and this. I was just like, boink, boink. I would take my shower the day before, you know, and all that stuff. But every Friday when we would close, because we closed for the weekend because it's a factory, so it was only open from Monday to Friday, which was pretty cool because that means every freaking Friday night until Monday morning I was off. Like that was pretty cool for that. So I worked from like, let's say it was between 7 to 4 or 8 to 5 or stuff like that, you know. It was like these kinds of like 7 to 3, 8 to 5 or whatever, or 8 to 4. So that was pretty cool. I had all my nights and I had all my weekends. But every Friday I would have to close everything and I would have to empty every sandwich, salads, wraps, whatever it was. I had to empty the fridge of all the food, put it in a black bag and throw it out. And I know this is not the only place. If you think of all the restaurants, and I know a lot of people don't know this or some know, but you know, you're just like, oh, it must not be that bad. But dude, if you think of any freaking restaurant, like any store or restaurant, this is a thing I didn't know. Because my friend, she knows about, you know, beauty stores and like freaking like clothes. They throw out some clothes or some beauty stuff or some anything like this. They throw food, they throw so much stuff in the trash and then they put some new one. For example, if you go to, it's always fresh. Isn't that their trademark or something? Or is it like Krispy Kreme? I don't know, I don't care. But my friend used to work at, this is how I know that. Every morning or night, I don't remember her shift, she would throw everything out. Everything. So if they had 12 or 24 donuts of one kind, they would throw it out and put new ones. And they would do that. I don't even know what I'm going on about this, but I'm gonna tell you. They do that a lot, and you guys should figure out a way to stop this because this is ridiculous. A lot of people are starving, a lot of people don't have clothes, and yet they're throwing this out, and it's just not okay. So we would throw everything out, and I remember going to my boss, who really liked me. If you saw the video, he really liked me. We got along well. He was really sweet. And I went to him and I said, do you mind if I do something with it? Because honestly, I don't like throwing food. And it's always been something that I don't like. If you come to my house, if I make food and there's some left, I put it in the fridge, leftovers, and I try to eat it or make something with it, or I put it in the freezer if I can't, if I'm not gonna eat it for a while, and then, you know, whatever. So I don't like to throw. It does happen I have to throw out food if it's not good. If I forgot it or whatever, I have to throw food out. But I really try not to. And so I said, I don't like to throw this food out. Like, do you mind if I bring it and I do something with it? He said, what, like what? And I said, well, you know, I might have 1 or 2 things from it, and the rest I would literally give it to the poor. I would go to the homeless people and I will give them some food. And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. He's just like, just don't make a big thing out of it because like I don't know what what could happen or if it's good or bad. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could have gotten in trouble for it or if he could have gotten in trouble. I don't know. I just think that depending, if someone from a big company finds out that, example, that they're giving it away instead of throwing it, they could get in trouble. I don't know. I honestly think that yes, you could get in trouble maybe for doing that. Which, by the way, please guys, stop doing that. Like, just give it to the homeless, give it to the freaking, there's so many foundations or companies or buildings of people trying to help people. For example, if you go to there's places where it's oh my god, what's it called? Anyways, I remember when I got kicked out of my apartment, I was trying to give my bed set away. So I was calling all these companies and I was trying to find a place that would take my bed set. Either it was too early, like it was like they needed to come get it in a week and it was too, like they didn't have time, so I was like, I'm sorry, or they already had it or they didn't need it. So I really tried to give my bed set away, by the way, before I left it there. Just a side note. But yeah, there's a lot of companies that need, you know, clothes and food, and you know, they have shelter for, let's say, women who are in the street because of stuff that happened to them, or let's say foster places, or orphans, or you know, there's so many places you can call that need your stuff or need your help or need your food, money, donations, whatever. So it would be a good thing to give it there. So what I would do every Friday is I would take all of the food that was left, and we would never make some extra. I'm not saying, oh, we're gonna make more because I need to have some. Sometimes I would have like literally 3 things left. I didn't care. Sometimes I would have more, and I would go to Montreal and I would give some food away. So I would have salads, I would have with vinaigrette, I would have like wraps, and I would have, you know, whatever it was, and I was giving it away. And sometimes people didn't want it, and then you know why, but then a lot of people were so freaking happy that I was giving them food, and it felt so good. I was just like, oh my god, like, you know, I don't know. And it didn't last long, because I think, if I remember, he told me we had to stop, but I don't remember, or did it, or it's just because I got fired, whichever. I just remember I was doing such a good deed and I was feeling so good about myself. I would never actually keep, like, I might have like 8 in 1 sandwich or a salad like every once in a while, but I would never like keep the whole thing. It was mostly to give away and to help other people. Yeah, because I'd rather give food than money. I've always been like that. I've always rather give food than money, because you know they're eating, and with the money you don't know what they're gonna do. Sometimes, you know, it could take a long time before they actually have the money to eat, or they might, you know, just. So anyways, I wish that they would do that every time. I wish that they would, you know. So sometimes I would take the metro and I would go all through the metro with my big black freaking garbage bag, and I would be like, here, here, here. Sometimes I would car just rolling down my window, here. And it would go by so fast, and whatever it was, you know. So yeah, I felt, I don't know, I just had to tell the story. So anyways, that was a time I used to do good deeds all the time. And I'm not saying I don't do that anymore. Honestly, I could be really, people know that I usually have food in my purse, because I like, if I'm hungry I have to eat. But anyways, I usually have food in my purse, but also because when I go to Montreal, when I'm riding around Montreal, if I see a homeless, I usually give them food. The things that I like to have in my car are chewy bars, because granola bars or protein bars are things that do not that you can't lose with the temperature, or you can't lose if they sit in the car. So protein bars, granola bars, and then things that I usually carry around once in a while would be like oranges and apples. And sometimes I have a lunch, because I like to carry a lunch. Or other thing is, when I go to a restaurant and they ask me if I want a doggy bag, I will take it, and sometimes I will literally give it to a homeless after. Because for example, if I stop on a red light and someone comes in, he's like, hi, and he's like, do you have any change? The first thing that I say is, I have this food, would you like it? And most of the time they will take it. So if you guys don't know that, now you do. They will take your food if you offer it. So guys, start doing it, because I'm not saying like stop giving money, just give food. But guys, if you're not the type who likes to give money like me, you'd rather give food, then that's a good thing to do. I also heard there's a comedian that I really like from here in Montreal, that he says he always has these like cakes, these like Joe Louis or like May West or like Passion Flake or however you want to call it. He usually has those in his car, which is not healthy, but that's what he gives, and it's, I mean, it's still good. They're probably like, oh my god. So guys, if you want to do something really nice, then I mean, start carrying around chewy bars, granola bars, protein bars, whatever you want in your car, and next time someone asks for change, then you could just hand them a bar. And I'm telling you, most of the time they will be very thankful. They will say thank you, and if they don't, then take it back. Okay guys, I hope you liked my video. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to check down in the description below all my links, my merch, my eBay store, my oh my god, I can't even think, my social media. Everything is linked down below. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye for now.